Well, a government watchdog report reveals federal agencies responsible for protecting the Capitol on January 6 did not share information about credible threats before the attack. The nonpartisan Government Accountability Office found the FBI and Capitol Police failed to fully process critical intelligence, including about militia groups arming themselves. The report says the lack of communication between the agencies left those securing the Capitol unprepared for the insurrection. So CBS News Chief National Affairs and Justice Correspondent Jeff Pegues following this story for us, joining us now from Washington. Jeff, so sort of give us the details on this report. What are some of the highlights?
The conclusion being that there should have been better communication, should have been better intel sharing, and for a lot of people who follow law enforcement, myself included, of course, it sort of raises issues once again about how law enforcement shares intelligence. You'll recall that after 9/11, there was a lot of discussion and changes to the intelligence sharing apparatus because there were failures there. Now, what this report points out is that some of that continues now with these agencies not sharing enough information. And on January 6th, we certainly saw that happening or not happening.
Right. So, Jeff, it's been, as you know, as everybody knows, 2 decades since 9/11. How is it that there are still issues with government agencies sharing critical information?
I think, just based on my experience covering law enforcement over the last 30 years, as well as my experience here in Washington, I think, sometimes these agencies forget, and then you have changes in leadership over the years, over the decades, and so these lessons, for some reasons, are lost. However, I have talked to law enforcement officials who were in charge of security on January 6th, and they have told me that there were briefings on some of these issues. There were really detailed threat bulletins that I have reported on in the past, dealing with that day, including that people were planning on coming to the rally, to the gathering, armed. Also, that there were even plans or discussions about, groups coming to Washington to intentionally spread COVID. So there was specific information that day, threat information. The question is, why wasn't it shared more widely? And that is what this GAO report is uncovering.
So, how are these government agencies responding to this?
Well, you're not getting a lot of pushback from these agencies, that's for sure. However, if you talk to law enforcement individually, there are some areas of law enforcement who will insist that, hey, we did our job that day. We had specific intelligence. The problem was, and you'll still hear this 2 years after January 6th, the problem was the failure to act, to posture up to or against that intelligence. And so while law enforcement, the FBI, DHS aren't giving us a lot of pushback into the findings of this report, individually, there are some people who still insist and want the focus not to be on law enforcement, but to be on, at that time, the Trump administration and how there was this failure to act based on the intelligence that they were getting at the time.
Such important reporting. Jeff Pegues, as always, thank you, my friend.
My pleasure.